Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulphur Blade, and I'm back here with War in the Sea and our continuing Allied playthrough, where we're featuring the Tokyo Express mod on the stable vanilla version of the game. We're also kind of divvying up the earnings between the United States and the British/Australian side of the house. And we were basically going with two different bank accounts, if you will, as well as two different objectives of the different resources. So we're trying just to, I guess, spice things up and make it a little bit different instead of having everything as just the Americans. With that being said, let's just jump on in. It seems that we have some fishing trawlers that are reporting some subcontacts out there, so we will see what we can do to prosecute those, though we haven't had a lot of success prosecuting these reports from fishing trawlers. If you're not aware, that's just me trying to RPG or roleplay the fact that submarines appear when you load up a save game. So, submarines in the current version of the game are not supposed to appear on the strategic map. The only time that they do is when you load up a save. Some sort of bug, whatever. I have not turned on subs on the strategic map, though I've considered it. I kind of like being able to have my air detect subs. However, in this particular playthrough, I'm just going to stick with the rules that we have in place, and that's that, subs are off. So on these reloads, I just, I make light of the fact that the subs appear, and I call it, reports from fishing trawlers. With that being said, let's see if we can't sink these guys. So we're going to load up some lightnings with rockets. And we're going to set a course out here to this one. And we're going to do the same thing over here. I think Malaita's probably closer, though it's only got 3 lightnings compared to New Georgia that has 2. So yeah, we'll go with Malaita. And the reason we're using the lightnings is because they're fast and they're going to be able to get there before the targets do their vanishing act. These subs tend to be fairly elusive. They're submarines after all, and they are hard to find. So off they go into the wild blue yonder. Dun, 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 dun. We're just going to let the game progress. Aircraft spotted near Moresby. That's interesting. Alright, these lightnings might actually accomplish the mission. Might. We'll see. We have poor visibility. 32% is not great. And boy, it seems dark out. What time is it? Oh, it's after night right now. There's the sub right there. So we should see it. It's just a matter of seeing it. Come on, guys. It's right below you. Alright, target. That sub. And attack, please. Now they're gonna do the whole loop-de-loopy. No, they're not. Good. They're going straight after it. We might actually get this guy. If they could hit. Okay, we got some hits there. We got a secondary explosion. That is a good result. How good of a result are we talking about? Critical. We may have just got ourselves a submarine. That doesn't happen too often, actually. That's another reason I've been thinking about turning the subs on, is because of just how poor our strafing attacks have been on submarines. Alright, so the Aussies just got themselves 4 more points. And another sub bites the dust. So that brings the Aussie side of the house up to 72 points. And the Americans are sitting on 151. Alright, we're just gonna RTB these folks. And these lightnings will head right about there. I don't think we're going to find this one, especially seeing as it's after 7 o'clock. But we'll give it a try. We got a little bit better visibility over on this side of the world. Things seem a bit brighter too. I personally am not seeing anything with my eyes. But my eyes are pretty shit, let me tell you. Okay, so let's form these guys up. We're not gonna call it off immediately. We will speed time up to an extent. Do a few circles. Maybe get a little altitude might help. Or getting a little altitude might actually not help, depending on visibility situation. I think this one's gonna go how most reports go. Typically we fly out to them and we don't find them. But I do try to do, you know, a little bit of effort. Not too much effort. I don't want to slow down the pace of the game too much, but I do a little searching at high speed. There's always a place where, you know, the old version of me would set up a grid pattern all over this goddamn place and would let the game play for you know, 2 or 3 hours just trying to search out this area to find that thing. I've gotten older, and yeah, I'm not that OCD anymore. It's not worth it. It's just a submarine, right? And this game has a much bigger picture. A lot more things happening. Slow the game too much for four command points. It's not worth it. It's not worth your fun. Alright. We've tried. We came, we saw, and we went home. Alright, it is now nighttime, which means we already started sending them. That's fine. What other nighttime activities might be happening? Well, you guys are heading all the way over there. Be it rain or shine, sleet or snow. You're heading in whenever you head in, I believe. should we start escorting SAG USA-1 with the carriers? Why is Amphib Group 2 not got orders? Are they coming or going? Do they have cargo? I see no supplies. Right? I'm reading this right. Yeah, they're empty. So they should be heading home, I think. Guadalajara Canal. Yeah, we just recently dropped on Henderson, so why are you sitting there? Go home. Go to your home. Okay. We will escort a little ways. Not too far. We'll be a little bit closer to being able to assist. That should put us into reasonable position to provide air cover. New Georgia, you know, is only a rank 1 airfield, and Baleda here is only a rank 2. We can't really depend on these to give adequate cover here. SAG USA-1 is 2 battleships. It doesn't exactly have an escort carrier or anything. However, we are going to be building up New Georgia a bit. Hopefully these guys get through here without getting ambushed by subs. I would really like to have an ASW group working this area here, and why don't I? Because you don't. That's a great reason. It is, isn't it? I have you guys working there, but I really want somebody working here. You guys are going out to work this area. Alright, well, I think we're going to enlist another ASW group from the US side of the house. So we're going to spend some of their 151 points. For ASW, I like to use the Mahan class destroyer because it's got the best sonar of the group. And it's got adequate depth charges. You know, none of the destroyers tend to have any more or less depth charges for the most part. Well, except for these new destroyer escorts. Some of these new destroyer escorts would be really good for doing the ASW tasking. However, I'm using them for actually escorting my merchant ships because they have, or I've given them the ability to carry extra troops and supplies to kind of give them more reason. I thought it was a cool idea, especially seeing as when you look at like the Clemsons and stuff, they're carrying all of this equipment that looks to be exactly for amphibious work, for sending stuff ashore. So it seemed like a good thing to do with those ships. Make them shine out more for landing operations than normal destroyers. All right. We're going to go with this, and this is, what number ASW group are you now? I'm thinking around 5, right? From the US side? 3, 4. Yeah, I think this is going to be group 5. ASW group. 5. Done. 14 points. Take away 151 is what, 7? 137? Sounds good to me. Alright, and we wanted you operating in this area here where we had the ASW encounter from hell. TTE, the Tokyo Express mod that I'm running, now has put into the game the possibility that you could encounter a group of more than one submarine, and also that they will spawn at point blank range and shoot you from so close that you won't be able to dodge. So it is a bit of a oh my god type situation. Definitely the scariest thing for the player in this game at this point using the mod is that submarine wolfpack. By and large, the game itself is a bit of a raffle stop. The player certainly has a lot of advantages over the AI, I won't deny that, but I still enjoy the game. Even though I guess the game doesn't really give me a lot of challenge, I still enjoy it immensely. I don't know. There's just something about it that makes it fun, even if my opponent isn't at my level. There's still plenty of things that can go wrong. You know, everything has the possibility to go wrong in every encounter. It exists. Generally, it relies on the human to make an error, but you know, sometimes it doesn't. But we'll continue on here. Don't want to hear me listen to me ramble about garbage, or maybe you do. That's probably why you're here. I don't know. I don't know why you guys watch me. Is this game really this entertaining? I mean, this is by far and away of any Let's Play series I've ever done the most successful. I mean, the next closest to this was the political process, and to be frank, the reason the political process was a successful series is because it was a game that no other YouTuber would play. I literally had the market cornered on that game because I was the only person that put out any content at all on it. Which, if you are serious about YouTube, if you're not like me and you just do this as a hobby and you could care less if you have subscribers or not, well, that's not true. I do like to have subscribers, but it's not the end of the world for me because I'm not making money off of this. This is not something I'm doing as a career. But if you were to do this as a career, and you are starting out, I would definitely suggest to focus on content that is not new and cool. So don't be one of the 10 million different people putting out the newest Madden 22 videos. Don't be one of the 10 million people putting out the latest New World videos. You know, if anything is shiny and new, there are a whole lot of YouTubers that have a huge following that are making that content. And YouTube is not going to recommend your tiny channel over all of them. It's just not going to happen. Find something that a lot of YouTubers just don't give a crap about. Find that game that you enjoy that doesn't have a lot of YouTubers covering it, and you can do good. In War on the Sea, Tortuga Power makes videos. He's got a bigger channel than me, but you know, in the relative scheme of things, as far as YouTube is concerned, a channel with 900 subs compared to a channel with 20,000 subs is kind of like the same channel. 20,000 subs is just a small YouTuber as far as YouTube is concerned. Granted, for someone with 900 subs, they would love to be the guy with 20,000 subs. That's for sure, right? But in the grand scheme of things, they're both small channels. So guys like Wolfpack, 345, Tortuga Power, who else does videos in this War on the Sea area? A Historical Gamer, he did some. He wasn't very good at it, but he did. He's a fun guy, though. I like to watch some of his stuff. But yeah, it was kind of awful watching him play this. But that's a different story. He's a nice guy, though. Anyway, most of the channels that have focused on this are not very big channels, so you can easily find content from smaller channels in a game like this. This is the type of game that you could build a channel off of, or at least get your channel started. I don't recommend being a one game channel, or I don't recommend being a one topic channel, though some of my viewers might prefer if I would be less political. I do a lot of various crap. I wouldn't recommend doing that either, because you don't really have an identity that way. Everyone's wondering, well, what the fuck is this video that he just posted? Now he's talking about a movie? Just the other day he was talking about politics. Now he's playing a video game. Would this guy get some sort of clue as to what he's doing? And again, I just do this as a hobby. I just like to post stuff. It's my way to vent. It's kind of like a therapy, if you will. But yeah. Anyway, I was making a point there. I think you get it. Find something that's not as popular, or something that's popular but is old, right? So once the newness wears off, a lot of the crowd that was covering it because it was new goes away, and then you can start to cover it and get traction because all the cool kids left, right? And now you're left playing the fun game that's just old. And people still want to see content on games that are older. They want to see if the game has changed. What is the latest update done to the game? And what do? They look up on YouTube to figure out gameplay. They watch some asshole like me play the game for a few hours, and they decide, that looks like something I could stand. I'm going to get the game. I truly believe that's the best use for YouTube, is to watch some asshole like me who doesn't edit the crap out of shit, to figure out if you like the game before making a purchase. It's kind of a form of doing your research on the game. That is why I think most of all of my content has ever been viewed. I'm just baffled that people like this particular game as a form of entertainment. Watching me play this game as a form of entertainment. And it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to shoot a gift horse in the mouth. You guys like to watch me play this. Hats off. I don't care. I'm going to keep playing it because I enjoy the game. Yeah. It's just, this is one of the few games that I've found that people really like to watch for some reason. Why this game? I ask that all the time. You're going home? You're here. Why is Enterprise so far ahead? Were they really that far apart? I don't know. I will ignore it. I'm actually going to get rid of these notes here, as I've moved the carriers and I put them there just so I could do an organized fight. Scouting dealio. I like to use these for scouting purposes, or to track the movements of scout planes, to try to to get an ant trail back to where they came from. You're arriving a bit sooner than I thought you would, if I have to be frankly honest. And why wasn't the game running? How long was the game not running? Oh, let's speed it up. It's nighttime. We don't need to be going at 60x at night. Alright, that should be close enough. The sooner we can turn around, the better, right? Unload all cargo. No, not close enough yet. Damn it. Alright, there we go. Buna is now under attack. Now let's get these guys out of dodge. How good of a shot do I got here of not bad. Not great, but not bad. Say about 2 to 1. They really have about 2,000 troops there. Might take a bit more effort than I thought it was going to. That's fine. Right, now when daytime comes, I'm sure this fleet is gonna get swamped. We're gonna probably have a lot of action going on over here, defending these guys from air raids. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do, we'll head on over here, find, I guess, bow fighters. I mean, they're not the greatest, but more planes we can put overhead, the better. So we'll go with bow fighters. And what is that fleet called? Oz Amphib Group. We'll attach you to them. Moresby. These Air Cobras would be perfect. We'll attach you to them. And the Amphib Group itself. Barnes, you're going to launch your aircraft, these Wildcats, and you're going to attach to yourself. Alright, that should give us more than enough defensive air capacity over that fleet. It should be able to get out of dodge without risking itself too much. In fact, it ought to be a pretty entertaining air battle that ends up in this episode. Though the air battles themselves are not... what's the word I'm looking for? Really strategic. You know, shooting down a bunch of airplanes isn't going to win the game for you, because airplanes just magically reproduce. But yeah, here comes the planes. They're coming. We knew they would. They're going to have a rude surprise. Alright, let's begin the encounter. The Bowfighters and the Wildcats are here. We don't have the Air Cobras here yet, evidently. Oh. I should turn on radar, shouldn't I? That would help. Just turn it all on. Okay, we will. There's the Centaur, the shining, I don't know, centerpiece of this fleet. Isn't she pretty? The Aussie medical ship? I didn't realize it was a medical ship. But yeah, she's a medical ship hauling troops. Alright, we have a mess up there. We do. My God, this is gonna be nuts. They sent the kitchen sink after us. They most definitely did. This may be the largest dogfight in the air I've ever seen. Look at all of that. And then we still have the bombers coming in. It's a mess. One down. A whole crap ton to go. I don't even know what to look at. Lost a Bowfighter. Lost another Bowfighter. So these are not the type of craft you want to actually be chasing because they got rear gunners, but at the same time, you know, these are heavy fighters, so they're gonna be at a severe disadvantage turn fighting with our Wildcats. We should be just shooting things down left and right here, but we're not. We're losing a lot of Bowfighters here. I mean, I've even got Wildcats that don't seem to be engaged. 1, 2, and 3. What the hell are you guys doing? They're like, we're not doing anything, guy. Okay. Well, you're gonna do something. You guys. We're gonna target that over there and attack it, please. Somebody's gonna actually do the job of being an interceptor. You wildcats, what are you doing? Nothing, huh? Well, I wouldn't call that optimal. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, go! Target! That one. You guys... target that one. Bowfighters. You don't have anything targeted? Is that really happening? No wonder we're getting our butts kicked. We're not even trying to shoot anything. Shoot at something, guys. After 12. Alright, that's better. What a furball. Alright, now we're shooting stuff down. Now we're cooking with bacon. What a mess! This is epic! We lost a wildcat! No! Could you imagine being a plane up here? I would be so overloaded with sensory input, it would be like, is that a good guy or a bad guy in front of us? What's going on? I would think that there's probably a high rate of friendly fire in this type of engagement. Though we seem to be doing pretty good here. Why did these wildcats turn off? Okay, 1, 2, and 3. I would like you to stick with the plan I gave you. My god, so many planes shot down. There's so many still on the screen. This fighter, he's just like, I'm just gonna shoot. Is his gun jammed? What's going on? I think he's completely confused. And now I think he's out of ammo. Oh, I think we finally... Did we kill everything here? Are they heading back to intercept? I think they are. God damn it. This isn't gonna be good for us. Yeah, we're coming in behind. Alright, it's probably time to... Yeah, you definitely need to brake. I'm not going to break the guys in front. I think they're going to bomb the guys in the... Yeah, they're definitely after the barns. As they should be. Alright, Barnes took a hit. Doesn't look too bad. Let's go ahead and just bring everyone to a stop. Except for those three, they can keep going on straight. They're not going to run into anything. Alright, Barnes, how are you doing? We're gonna get it under control, Captain. Be good as new in an hour or so. Like nothing ever happened. Sounds good, Scotty. Keep up the good work in engineering. Of course, every chief engineer on every boat I have is called Scotty. I don't know why. It's just how it is. And he's probably Scottish, too. Or maybe some of them might be called Jaames. The last name of Doohan. Right, how are you doing? Are these guys like outrunning you? Are you not fast enough to keep up? Here, how about you speed up if you're trying to chase them down? Just a thought. Do you have your own guns? You do. So are these the only 2 planes left? Right, you could probably start shooting now. Thank you. Got him. Good job. Wait, why are you completely turning off? No, go back that way. Shoot! Please. Whoops. I think we got them all then. Granted, I had to do a little manual targeting. My planes seem to have, well, been a little weird today. I don't know if that's a glitch or what, but there seemed to have been some odd behavior there. 20-some seconds and we're good to go. Could have gone far worse, that's for sure. I think we need to count our lucky stars that Barnes didn't get smacked harder than she did. Alright, go ahead and retreat. 36 planes shot down. Not bad at all. Why is it saying there's moderate damage on the Barnes? We fixed it all. Whatever. Oh, the air covers are heading back already. Hey. Can we have you repeat your... Have we been attacked? No. Alright, we'll go to tactical with these guys. Turn your stuff on, please. Help those in the air know where to go. Thank you. Game is responding a little bit better this time. Maybe there was just too many aircraft in the last fight. What is going on here? Oh, they're circling down for a torpedo run. Okay, I was like, why are they running away? Computer never runs away. Alright, these are torpedo bombers. We need to intercept these guys. Wait. Contact lost. But tell me you're still on. You're still on. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3 down. Excellent. Attacking 10. Sounds good to me. Well, maybe I'll speed this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. We'll look at this from Baba Black Sheep Pappy Boyington's point of view. And we'll just pretend that he's in an F4U Corsair and not an F4F Wildcat. Wow! Why did you completely turn off like that? I'm not so sure I agree with some of the AI flight characteristics here. Alright, we got them all. So it's time to celebrate. We're doing a number on some Japanese air power right now, which almost makes me wanna just send in the SAG group to bombard Leh. Though, how long would it take to get there? Just for giggles. Low on fuel? Really? Alright, well, go refuel over there then. We have a level 3 port there, don't we? Yes. Fuel? Fuel's a thing? I don't think I've ever had fuel be a thing in this game. That's interesting. Turn it all on. Yes, I know I'm turning on sonar for no reason. Do I care? No. Alright, so we got air cobras here, which are slower. Where's our wildcats? I mean, we have one or two that are from Cap. Oh, these are those Mitsubishis. Wait, are you, like, completely running? And that... you are attacking something. Okay. You look like you're running for your life. You could have maybe, you know, flown for your life. Did some zigging and zagging, but you didn't. These air cobras are not the best fighter planes. I'm kind of concerned that we don't have our flight of Wildcats up right now. And I'm actually very concerned about that. There's nothing intercepting that. Oh, Jesus, torpedoes. Yeah, we're not going to be able to rely on our fighter craft. Alright, Noah, turn the fleet into there. Granted... Will this work? We'll find out. How much of a mess is this going to end up making? Air Cobras are losing the battle. Okay, they finally shot something down. Oh boy. Multiple waves of torpedo bombers. Yeah, I can't really disengage anything. We're in a bad situation here. Barker and Alden, what are you doing? I don't agree. You don't need to get in the way. Oh, I don't know how that fight is going. Seems to be fairly even. And it's not going to be over in time. Barnes, just brake, full speed, hard over, brake, full speed, start coming over, brake, full speed, come on over. A little off the rudder. A little off the rudder too. Barnes. A little off the rudder. Right, you're heading 071, you're heading 073. 3 is opening from you. That's not a collision course. Okay, fine. And you're at 079, coming over. Out. Barnes. That's fine. Head that way. Barker. Full speed. this way. Alden. Full speed. This way. Noah, shoot that stuff. What are you doing? Oh, you're following waypoints. Oh, that waypoint. What are you doing? Who gave you that command? Not evade hazards, whatever the goddamn well you do. Oh, thank you, Duds. Thank you, Duds. What luck there, huh? Whew. We lost all our aircraft. They fought and they failed. Well, I have a feeling that there's actually aircraft on board the Barnes right now because our Wildcats vanished, so they probably ran out of gas and went down to refuel, and we got hit during the refueling process. That would make the most sense. Alright, we could probably exit out of this And we can thank our lucky stars that we didn't get hit by any torpedoes there. Came a little bit close. In fact, we were even struck by a dud, which is not something that frequently happens with the Japanese torpedoes. So, lucky us. We need to pull the rabbit's foot out of our ass, because it's evidently doing its job. Okay. How long till you can launch your aircraft? 0.1 hours. Milne Bay, is there anything you can send in the meantime that would be of any use? I mean, I don't think Catalinas and Sunderlands are going to exactly be the greatest escort. Air Cobras are gone. I guess we could use the Lightnings. Hate to waste them in this manner, but Oz Amphib Group. There you go. You know what? We'll even launch the Avengers. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. No, sir, we are not. Well, it was a little bit of excitement, that's for sure. We can definitely see just how much air power these airfields can muster between them. It's nothing to shake a stick at. Anytime we head off in this area, it's incredibly dangerous. Hey, what are you guys doing? You don't seem to have a patrol route set. you go. Actually, is there a way to change the speed that they patrol at? That would change spacing. It doesn't seem to be a way to slow them down. Not that I think it matters. Even if I told them to slow down, they wouldn't detect any submarines because submarines have to attack the human. There is no... Oh, look, we found one. Let's go attack it. So yeah, what you want to do with your ASW groups is you send them out to areas where you think that there's submarines operating, and hope the submarines attack them. I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but yeah, that's the way you do it in this game. Like our DD Hunter Squadron here is certainly going to be heading through some sub-infested waters. Cleveland and Columbia are in danger, but they do have a decent escort. And they do have speed and maneuverability that some ships don't have. Like the merchant ships. The merchant ships can't dodge stuff quite near as nimbly as light cruisers can. I think we're getting out of the water there. Maybe that was a poor term, getting out of the water for a naval game. But you know what I mean. Getting out of the hot water. Escaping the danger zone. Enemy ship spotted near DD Hunter Squadron. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. What have we spotted exactly the fleet that this fleet was designed for. What are the odds of that happening so perfectly? Well, let's see how this fleet does versus why it was created. This should be interesting. Just turn everything on. Now, so there's numerous problems that come into surface engagements. One is that, well, they hardly ever happen at distances that are realistic. So, these are destroyers and light cruisers. We shouldn't be fighting at long distances with them. We're looking to be at about 10K 10 to 12k is probably where we want to engage at. Beyond that, we're just slinging lead pointlessly. That's if we even find them. I kind of want to shift my course as I don't like driving at a landmass. Yeah, we'll stick with 28 knots. That seems like a reasonable speed. Alright, that seems like a decent course. And we'll, whoa. As soon as I turn fast forward on, we get something. What is the range to target? Well, a reasonable engagement rate, actually. Though I would rather you come about that. So the Downs is our lead ship. It's our Mahan-class destroyer. She is certainly the most fragile and most ill-equipped for a surface engagement. The Fletchers have a little more bite, as they have an extra gun. But really, it's these two light cruisers that are going to do most of the work for us. And yeah, I'm gonna focus on basically maneuvering the fleet. The AI does an okay job if you're at realistic range. Like, we're at a realistic range, so the AI can manage its guns pretty decently. The human can do some unrealistic stuff, like manual fire where you almost can't miss, and I don't like that. I prefer to have more realistic engagements, not these human, I can see exactly what's going on, and fire manual fires that never miss BS. That's boring and lame. So I'm happy to let the AI do its thing. Alright, we're gonna do a little maneuvering here as we actually had a hit land. So always monitor your lead ship. If you see hits land, change the fire control solution for them. You know, even the slightest little waggle is gonna throw them off. So waggle your ship. Don't make it easy for them to get a solution on you. How are we doing? So far, nothing too exciting. And these engagements are, they're slow. And you're gonna miss most of your shots. Deal with it. That's how naval engagements work. Alright, I think I took another hit. So I'm gonna waggle again. Actually going to bring up the speed to 32. I'm pretty sure our light cruisers are capable of that. Yeah, they are. Speed is vital in these types of engagements. The faster you are, the harder it is to hit you. Alright, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to break off the Cleveland, Columbia. You guys are going to form up in a line ahead. Cleveland, you're going to kind of get in there. I want to bring those bigger guns to bear. That'll allow the downs to turn off. Yeah, crank it all the way up. Go get them, Cleveland. Run them down. Alright, soon enough Cleveland should be closest to their guns, so they should start to focus on her. And she could take a lot more damage than the destroyers can. Obviously. We are not on a good angle, really. Our rear guns are not in a firing arc right now. Though that's fine, I want to bring down the range to target. I'd like to be between 8 and 10k. Is, you know, the longer shots like this, the slightly less accuracy you have. Granted, some would say this is probably a better distance to fight with the light cruiser because they have a... The closer you get, the less advantage, range advantage you start to give away to allow them to be able to shoot back. But I'm fine with them hitting me. I'd rather use less ammo if at all possible. So yeah, I'm gonna close the gap as quickly as I can. Alright, Downs, come on over. We're gonna form you guys back up into the battle line, but in the rear of the battle line. You guys should just fall in without doing anything silly, I think. We got any weirdness happening here? Information is softly. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. With Downs. Downs with Cleveland. Chevalier with Columbia. No, I don't want that. Yes, you need to be in formation with Cleveland. You're in formation with Columbia. Downs, no. Just... What's Softly doing? Downs. So Downs is the only one screwed up. formation with Yaguma. No, that's not quite right. Follow Chevalier. Yes. Okay, information with Downs. Formation with Chevalier. Formation with Columbia. Formation with Cleveland. Hooray! We have a battle line. Alright, we're getting to the 10K mark where we should start getting more reliable hits. Alright, we'll just speed things up here. I should probably have that open in case anything crazy happens. Be closing a lot more rapidly than that one would think. Alright, what is going on here? Still going 33 knots. Which, speed through the water is 26. Oh yeah, they're at 26. Okay. So we're making some progress. Not real fast progress, but we're making some progress. They are opening, it looks like. Gotten up to 28 knots. Six inches out already? Yeah. The rears are an arc. I think. Alright, well, we've got a running situation. Seems our enemy is slightly faster than us. We can continue to pursue, as I'm pretty sure we will eventually get the Yuguma. The other two might slip away. Forward secondary gun is the only one that seems to be in arc right now. Get something to hit their propulsion. That would really be nice. One lucky hit. Columbia, what is your situation? Yeah, same thing. Firing with secondary is at 50%. Alright, I'm thinking about doing the whole gamey thing here. Okay, with the secondary guns. Am I gonna do the gamey thing? No. And they're getting close. Yeah, getting close. Close. Far away enough. Hey, something hit, I think. Just out of arc yet. She's maneuvering. Got a fire on board. Just slow her down. I want to get at least one ship out of this fight. Otherwise, we just expelled a whole lot of ammo for no reason. I just thought about something. Yeah, you guys have been shooting the whole time, haven't you? At this range, you probably shouldn't be. Oh well. I already screwed that up. Almost an arc. So there's going to be a split. Yep, they're in arc right now. So this is the moment in time where we might be able to land something devastating if we get lucky. But they're opening up in the range where you don't really want to be fighting at this range, but you don't have much of an option. They're running like little biatches. But what would you do? You're definitely outgunned. The appropriate thing is to run away, so the AI is doing the smart thing. There, we got a hit. But what was it from? Was it from just a 5-inch off of a DD, or a secondary 5-inch off the... or did a 6-inch just hit? no longer an angle. Well, this is going to be a big goose egg, I think. Nothing's going to come out of this ammo expenditure. Don't. It's over. Game over. Game over. They got away. Wow. Barely any damage to the ship at all. Alright, guys. You gotta go back and get ammo. Granted, we now have something to play with. Lightnings, 2,000 pounders, done. Set your course over here. Go find that fleet. And carriers. Let's get some exercise in. Off that way. I mean, this would have been the more sensible way to do it from the get-go, really. I wanted to, you know, use this fleet. That's what we designed it for, was for fighting that right there. But it wasn't meant to be this day and today. They got away. Alright, and we're not finding the damn ships. Why not? Alright, well, we'll put it on fast forward a little bit. I do hate that when that happens. So they were trying to go this way when they were running from us. So just, I guess, go down yonder like that. Send them like that. These dauntlesses, I guess, we'll go this way with. We're getting a little narrowly focused here. Right. So magic disappearing ships. Got it. They went that way? Sure they did. Okay, they went that way. Can we get over there in time? They're like, we're not done playing with you. 70 nautical miles. Well, on the extreme rich. You guys can come join the fun. Hey, what the hell are you doing? That way, please. We're gonna ignore for now. We want more planes in the fight. Alright, that should do it. This should be plenty of planes, I would hope. Alright, Dauntlesses 17, 18, and 19. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guys, target 1 and attack. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Target 2 and attack. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Target 1 and attack. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Target 2 and attack. Alright, well that one got smashed. Lightnings are targeting 3. Alright, one's down. 2 shouldn't be long behind it, I don't think. Now it's just a matter, are we going to hit with these skip bombs? Yeah, I think we hit. I don't think that one will be long for this world either. Yeah, they're all critical. Critical heavy, critical, critical. Alright, 3 is down. Now it's just this little mummy. Or walkie-talkie, one or the other. Why didn't all the lightnings turn around? Because I didn't tell all the lightnings to turn around. We'll form up. And all of you go there. Go strafe that ship. Give it some persuasion. I mean, that might be all the extra persuasion she needed. Yep, there she goes. Are they going to do the attack run anyway? Well, let's watch. No, they said we'll just do a flyby. Alright, that was fairly successful. 3 ships sunk. 8 more command points for the American side. That should bring us back up to 145 on the American side. But yet 72 and 145 is 212. We got 225. We got an error here. 72. My math is right? Yeah. Okay, so we're 8 points off what we should be. Mysterious. Right. Well, we'll just give those 8 points to the Aussies, because why not? So 80 and 145 then. Sure. Excuse me. I seem to have acquired the hiccups. ASW Group 2. Where's... oh, this group. This group gets a lot of action. This is a good spot. Wow, Sea State 4? Yeah, there she is, right there. Okay. Slow on down to something like that. Turn everything on. And over we go. We're gonna leave you in formation. We haven't had any torpedoes shot at it. Yeah, we have. You know what, Drayton? All back. Lamson. Hard over. Here. This isn't... this is gonna scare me to death. All back, come on, bring her back, bring her back. Oh, this is... oh, I hate this TTE crap. Alright, well, we took a lot of torpedoes in relatively the same spot of the ship. So... unfortunately, that's pretty much the entire front half of this ship. I think we might lose a ship here. You get back to work. Revenge your colleague. Get your stuff on. You're heading that way. Drayton. I'm sorry, bud. It's not my fault the TTE creator is an asshole. That's right, Baron. I'm calling you out. This bullshit is stupid. The players should have the opportunity to do something. Making it so that the computer can't miss is just making it so that the computer is cheating against the player. The player should always have an opportunity to be able to do something. What are you doing? Did I not give you clear frickin' orders to... Those close enough? She's coming back up. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. Right there, guys! Right there! Shoot it! Guns! Guns! Guns don't seem to be moving. Are you blind? No target, huh? Firing at that thing, please. Thank you. Alright, Lamson. Come to a stop. Send the rigid inflatable boat away. Send firefighters to assist the Drayton. Speaking of which, okay, yeah, they're on fire. Alright, so the only thing I think that saved us in this time around is that every single torp hit pretty much the exact same spot. So you can only completely cripple, you can only utterly destroy a compartment once. It doesn't matter if you utterly destroy a compartment 3 times over. It's you know what I mean. Oh, is she still trying to move? Yeah. Okay, well, maybe that was helping her. Let's go back a little bit. Because our front end is what's in the water, right? So backing up actually makes sense right now. Going forward would push the nose under. But we need to slow down a bit for the firefighting. We might as well speed things up here. Alright, fires are out. This ship is going to survive, but she's going to be mortally crippled. Obviously sending her back home to get repaired. But yeah, I don't like point-blank torpedo shots like that can't be dodged. It's not a good game mechanic. I do like the the Wolfpack stuff that TTE's involved. I like that subs are more dangerous, but that's just to... If there's no ability for the player to do anything, it's a bad game mechanic in my opinion. It's the right concept. Bring in the subs closer, let them take their shots closer so that they're harder to dodge, but if they're so close they can't be dodged, that's too close. And that's my 5 cents on the matter. Anyway, I'm gonna leave here. We managed to not lose the ship. And add 4 points to the American side of things. That brings them up to 149. And how many subs do we got to go before we can sweat less? I'm curious about that. How are we doing on the Japanese sub supply? We've killed the Type A. I have a cat asking to leave the room, so I'm going to have to deal with that shortly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 subs left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 dealt with, 7 left on the Bs, and I'll be right back. Sorry. Alright, and then the Cs. Oh, there's a B1 mod, which they have all of. And C's, we've killed 2 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we've done some damage to the subforce, though there's still quite a few left to do damage to us. Alright, ASW Group 2. Set your course back home. That reminds me, we should have a new ASW group on station, or getting close. Getting close. And we're going to actually purchase another ASW force to go relieve that location. It seems to be a good spot, so let's keep loading that box. 2. So this will be group 6. Done. Your course will be right up in here. Alright, so that's 14 points used, which will take us down to 135 on the American side. let's go ahead and set up this box here. Something like that. And repeat it. Yeah, I like it. We'll let things speed up. All ships rearmed. Alright, so your course back out that way. Hmm, 5 o'clock, and that's where you are. I think this timing's going to work out alright for our run on Shortland with that group. There should be nothing left of Shortland after we hit it with SAG USA 1. Should have more than enough firepower there to obliterate it. And this upgrade on New Georgia is going to make it even harder for them to bring stuff to Guadalcanal, as we're going to have passive radar coverage, where we don't even have to fly here and we're going to be covering this area. Alright, so unload. Excellent. And now set their course. Back home. All right, 300 engineering, 600. Yeah, we got enough here. There we go. That's actually going to be huge. It really is. In fact, one more run to her and build her up to level 3. And I could almost say that's Japanese game over, as far as I'm concerned. This is just... They can't sail through the slot anymore. There's no way to get anything through here without a fair amount of warning. We could park carriers here now all day long and not really have to worry about them in all realism. You know, they can't come through here. they would have to swing down and around and just kind of come at a perfect angle up here to sneak into these carriers. I mean, yeah, there's the opportunity they could hug the shoreline and come down. Not realistic. Yeah, I think we could just park the carriers where they are and never have to worry about them again now. Especially once this hits level 3. Alright, well, it's evening. We can probably fast forward. We have nothing back here, right? No. We have this oil group making its first trip to Renal Island. Slow but sure. And this amphib group is actually probably ready to load up. Alright, this is the one we're taking stuff to Guadalcanal on, right? So that's mainly supplies and troops. Engineering is not a priority for this fleet. Alright, 2,000 supply. 50 troops. These guys will put troops. This last one we'll throw some supply on. So 2 Fletchers, that's 100, 200, 500, plus that is 2,500 troops to 1,250, 1,650, 2,050, 2,450. Yeah, that's a good mix. Any reason not to fast forward at this point? Anything getting close to where it's supposed to be? Yes, the box for the SAC group here. Right about there, there, that, repeat. So we just want to make sure nothing comes around the tip here in Milne Bay. Milne Bay itself has radar to cover that, so I'm not sure why I'm actually doing this, but I guess it's just to have ships on station in case something does try to sneak through. Mainly, this is a defensive force that protects the Australian area here from Japanese incursion. Or that's the thought process. These guys are getting close to being on station. SAG USA is getting close to getting its job done. Alright. This little box is actually working out very well for us. Go ahead and repeat that. ESW Group 2 is almost home. Okay, Drayton, I'll release and repair you. And we're going to hire, you see, a Mahan class. Have we used up the... We have! Well, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll have to use one of these other classes. They're not going to be anywhere near as effective. How about the Sims? Yo, Brian, my old ship. Of course, that would be USS Brian D-975, a Sprint's class destroyer, not a Sims class destroyer. Done. Now we will merge you. Okay, ASW Group 2. Where are we going to have you operate? Head over in this area. Alright, we got a level 1 airfield left. There we go, and we got ammo left over even. Let's head on out. Shortland has been neutralized. And New Georgia Sound has been expanded. So things are looking up for the American side in theater. All right, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Time to commence air operations, and probably a good place to wrap up this episode. I feel like we're getting close to really accomplishing what we need to accomplish, right? Yes, we still need to land troops and occupy Florida Islands, but let's just double check the objectives. We haven't looked at them in a while. So yeah, take control of Guadalcanal, Florida Islands, Maleta. we have Maleta. Maintain Moresby and Milne Bay. We've done that. So, and then build the rank 5 airfield on Guadalcanal. I feel like we're well on the way to accomplishing our objectives without having any setbacks. I think things are looking bleak for the Japanese. How bleak are things starting to look for the Japanese? We really haven't done the whole Pokemon thing at all. I mean, we've sunk quite a few of these escorts. How many really have we sunk? Well, looking at it, it doesn't seem like, honestly, that many at all. So maybe we're not seeing the Momies as much as we think we are. Maybe we're seeing the Wakatakis, I think it is, that look like the Momies. Yeah, I think it's Wakatakis that are the Momie lookalikes. We have sunk a few of them, so that's probably what's going on. Ah, quite a few of these kamikazes. Matsuki class has had some damage done to it. Fubuki class. I kind of like to look at what's happening with the destroyers. Like, we really went to town on that class there. As the game eventually ends up in sink all the damn destroyers. I feel like we're starting to get to that point. Sashio's. Kageros. Still got a few of them. Gumos. This is probably their most important class, and they got quite a few yet. These are really maybe their most powerful class, and we've actually done a fair number on it. So these have good firepower and air radar, where the Yugumos have their surface search radar, but not as much firepower nor ammo. Light cruisers, we've killed the Tenryu. We've almost obliterated the Kuma. The Nagara class isn't looking much better. The Sendai class is good. Okay, we haven't seen many Sendais, evidently. This cool new Kitakami class torpedoes from hell, we've annihilated them. We've sunk the Yabari. Aganos, they probably don't have them yet, in that they don't come in until a certain period of time. That's the same thing with this Oyodo class as well. Yeah, we already know that we've sunk these carrier things. Furutaka, yeah, lights out for the Furutaka. Aoba, lights out for the Aoba. Miyoko, lights out for the Miyoko. Takao, lights out for the Takao. Man, we've done a number on their heavy cruisers, haven't we? Okay, so there's 2 Mogamis left, which are heavy cruisers. The Tone class, lights out. They only have 2 heavy cruisers left. Damn. I didn't even realize that we've pretty much annihilated their heavy cruisers completely, and we've done a fair number on their light cruisers. So maybe that's the reason we're seeing these little destroyer escort fleets pretty much predominantly at this point. You know, they do have battleships. I mean, they could put together an all battleship fleet without a problem. Granted, I don't think we've... I thought we sunk at least one battleship this game, haven't we? It's saying we haven't. Have all their battleships gotten away? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we did sink one. I thought we did. And then, you know, the carriers have had, well, a pretty rough time. There's a carrier. Suhos and Shoho gone. This class has a couple, so we've got 3 legitimate carriers still left to destroy. And then those things. Yeah, we've actually smacked the Japanese down more than I really realized we have. They're kind of suffering. I don't think they could even put together a legitimate group that could stand up to SAG USA 1 at this point. Even the HM SAG, once we get the Victoria in it, I think it's pretty much foolproof too, as far as being able to handle anything the Japanese can send at it. Granted, the Japanese could put together an all-battleship fleet, and that would be, well, that would be silly, unrealistic, weird, but they're getting to that point where that's all they got left. Granted, they do have plenty of destroyers, so they could start mixing destroyers with battleships. But yeah, they're suffering in the light cruiser and heavy cruiser department. That is for darn sure. Anyway, that's where we are in this particular Let's Play of War in the Sea. I feel like we have annihilated the Japanese faster in this particular American Let's Play than my first American Let's Play. I might be wrong, but it feels that way. In fact, I feel like we've annihilated the Japanese faster than we annihilated the Americans as the Japanese. In fact, I felt like the Americans still had plenty of firepower when our Let's Play came to an end because of some technical issues. We were like 45 episodes in or something. We're only, what is this, 16th or 17th episode? So this is much less time we've spent on the American side compared to the Japanese side. And I feel like we've made far farther gains in these few episodes compared to what we did in those Japanese episodes. Might just be me. I might just be misremembering, but I definitely feel like the Americans, I don't want to necessarily say that they're stronger. I just want to say that they suit my playstyle better. In that American air power, the carriers for the Americans, are just vastly superior to the Japanese. The vowels really, I feel, kind of bring down the IJN carrier capacity. They just don't sink things. They don't come home when you send them out. They're a tough plane to deal with. And then you have the Kates, which do actually sink things because Japanese have good torpedoes, but they don't come home either because they're low, slow, and lumbering things that deliver incredibly powerful weapons to target, but once they get them there, they don't tend to come home. So that really kind of makes it a bit tougher for the Japanese. You're constantly having to resupply your aircraft, where the Americans can stay on station a hell of a lot longer with their aircraft. As Dauntlesses, they come back regularly. They drop their bombs and they come back, 90% of the time. So it's definitely a different luxury playing the American side. Granted, the Japanese have incredible torpedoes. Their submarines are really effective. Their surface ships are nothing to slouch at. Granted, the player uses surface ships, I'd say, far better than the AI does. I feel Americans have a light cruiser disparity in that we have modern light cruisers, but the heavy cruiser versus heavy cruiser, Japanese versus American, they're really fairly evenly matched. And even the old light cruisers for the Japanese have a very valid use. They're very effective against American destroyers. So there is that slight mismatch of light cruiser versus light cruiser, where the American surface action kind of shines, if you will. It has a little bit of advantage there. But honestly, I feel like the heavy cruisers and battleships that the Japanese have can go toe-to-toe easily with the Americans. I don't feel like there's really this huge disparity surface-wise. So that just leaves the improved aircraft, I think, that the Americans have coming from the carriers that really make the American playthrough easier. Or at least that's the way I feel about it. Anyway, you probably didn't even want to hear all that shit. You're like, yeah, just wrap your episode up already so that we can watch your next one. And you probably just actually skipped everything I just ranted about. And you've already probably clicked on the next episode if it's out. And I don't blame you. Anyway, I'm Jaames Johnson, aka Sulfurblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button. And until next time, all, peace.